Hello and welcome everyone to round 3 of Wallaby League Racing. The double header. We have Netherlands and we have Abu Dhabi. I'm here with Big Man Rai, and we're getting into our short qualifying for Zandvoort, and one shot qualifying will be for Abu Dhabi. As we see the first lot of cars come out for the first laps of qualifying, I will head to them. Who was that? I have multiple players on my screen, but that should change during after qualifying. If not, we'll just go back to the standard overlay for qualifying, for the race, sorry. Okay. Who's the other Aston?
The other Aston is...
So you got Cooper and...
Jetman and Cooper are the two Astons.
And the Broadstar and who in the Ferrari?
Wingy Woo.
Okay, so we have reserves. Cool.
Yeah.
And the other, so Damo and who in the Mercedes?
Tweet Damo and Panic, P-A-N-N-I-C.
Okay.
Reserve.
If I need to go through it again, I will. Alright, we'll head to Panache in the kit car, putting on the first lap of the session. Got two cars at the back, getting a nice tow at the moment. We'll see a benchmark 24.8 for the first sector through Zandvoort at the moment. Quickly getting that time taken off by the car behind. Will it become an impede? They're very, very close going through the opening laps of the session.
Yeah, Cooper the Bot is right up the rear wing of Panache, which, yeah, of course, he's getting that tow, but that's, I mean, being right behind Panache, it's just time loss everywhere for him right now.
As we come through the final sector, the benchmark lap of the session will go to Panache. As he comes over the line with a... Oh, Arthur getting just behind. Panache with a 110. Cooper the Bot with a 1.097. And Arthur Set taking provisional pole in his brand new McLaren with a 109.599.
Yeah, we had previous Tier 4 driver taking provisional pole in Tier 3.
OCE Birdie now coming over the line in 4th place. Maxi Boy coming over the line, beating Arthur's time by 15 hundredths of a second. Almighty Gob coming over the line as well, putting himself in 9th to start this lap. Reaper coming down in 7th, just taken out by Wogjet. All very close times after the 109s, the 110s. Very, very close, within half a second of each other at the moment. Hennessy in that Williams coming over the line in 5th. Little Flavs putting that Red Bull over in 6th place. I'm going to have to write a cheat sheet down for these cars I can't see. Mad Dog currently... Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is the first back-to-back round of the season. Of course, there was Tier 4 just earlier, but now we have Tier 3, and the Tier 3 drivers have decided to do Netherlands as their short quality session, and then Abu Dhabi as the one-shot. So, yeah, it seems like Abu Dhabi seems like these Tier 3 drivers think it'll be a bit easier for qualies. So, yeah.
Well said, and Zandvoort takes a lot to get used to if you haven't been practicing, so the long qualifier will help them get a couple laps in before a 22 lap, I believe, race.
I think it's 25 actually.
Is it 25 for Zandi or 25 for Abu Dhabi?
I think it said, I'm pretty sure it's 25 for Netherlands. It's 20 for Abu Dhabi.
Oh, well then it might be 25 for Zandvoort here. Being a shorter track, very fast times indeed. Currently still sitting in the top 3 with Maxi Boy Cooper and Arthur Set. The other Ferrari in 4th, and Broadstar. Hopefully the things fix itself by the time we get into the race. Lime Soda and Scotty, and is that Pinju down there? Nick Watson, his dad?
Yeah.
Pinju down there, and haven't put a time in at the moment. I believe Lime Soda is currently on his outlap. Scotty coming through the third, towards the third sector now, opens that wing up. See his first time of the session. 7/10 behind the pole at the moment.
Yeah.
Cross Eyes Gaming making a comment about Arthur definitely being tier 4 as he sits second on the grid in his first race as a tier 3 driver. Scotty comes over the line in 16th place with a 1:10.5.
Yeah, not quite a competitive time there. P16 over a second off of pole. We'll really be hoping to improve on his next run.
So we watch Pinju come through towards the final sector, open that wing up before the very, very tight right-hander into the long left. Puts those wheels on the apex as he swings that car nice and keeps that car tidy and on the track. My timing might be off right now. I'm not sure if it's picking up Pinju's lap or not. So he comes over the line.
He was on an outlap.
He was on an outlap doing that times. Okay. Jetman coming over with 19th place. 18th defeated Damo as we watch Pinju do his first lap of the session. Usually says outlap on my screen, but that is okay. As we see Maxi Boy on provisional pole. Arthur Set right beside him as we've got 10 minutes to go in this session. Hennessy and that Williams in 3rd, Cooperbot in 4th. The two Ferraris sitting 5th and 6th at the moment. Mad Dog and the other Williams in 7th, a little higher than I would like. Little Flabs sitting up there in 8th, the Hass of Birdie in 9th. Unique Throne in 10th place, Panache in 11th, Wogjet in 12th. Easy Reaper in 13th. The reserve Mercedes in 14th, Lime Soda and Almighty making up 15th and 16th. Scotty and Damo 17th and 18th, and Jetman sitting in 19th with a 1:11. So we watch Pinju come around the final corner, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, putting himself up into 13th place with a 1:10.4.
Look at the gaps from the gaps from Pinju with a 1:10.424 to Almighty Gob and P18. It like is very close at the moment.
It is a very tight backline at the moment. Only 1 second between 1st and 19th at the moment.
Yeah.
And with 8.5 minutes left, it's still anybody's race. We have Maxi Boy and Arthur currently both about to start another hot lap. Arthur trying to get the toe off Maxi Boy, who's currently sitting on provisional pole. So we come down the main straight. Will Arthur being this close be a detriment to his lap? Or we see them both improve on their times as we come down towards turn 3 and 4. I'm still not going to try and pronounce the names, being that I am not Dutch. Roshan said in chat, remember our battle here 2 years ago, man, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was one of the most boring races of my life. I'll say that. But yeah, great battle with me and Roshan a couple seasons ago here.
Now, Arthur seems to have backed off a little bit here. Maxi Boy might be just improving his time as he goes purple in the first sector, green in the second. He's kind of improving on his time. When we come over, we'll see. Arthur at the back here. Currently purple in the second and green in the first. It's going to be very tight as they both come over the line. Maxi Boy getting 2 tenths quicker. Arthur just improving on his time by a tenth of a second. Now making that... Oh, Arthur's into the wall! Arthur's come around the first corner and lost his front wing.
Oh no. Oh, Arthur.
Arthur losing the front right of his wing there. As we come around the first corner.
In the banking.
A Ferrari in the banking, you say?
Wingy Woo was he did a Oscar Piastri up in the banking there.
He seems to have gotten out of the way of every other driver. No impedes at the time. But we'll see how he goes. Currently sitting in 9th. As we hit 6 minutes to go, a lot of cars in the pits will be storing those tyres, trying to get a tow during the final laps of qualifying.
Pretty nearly a 3/10 gap from Maxi Boy to Arthur. So I mean, you can tell who's done quite a lot of practice here. As Maxi, he is up the front. He did win last time out in tier 3, but he has a lot of quality pace. Maxi Boy, he isn't always able to back it up in the race. He does get unlucky, just some fumbling as well. But yeah, you can just see his pure quality and just pure 1 lap pace here with that 109.295 being nearly 3/10 clear of the field.
Now, there's only 4 cars out on the track at the moment, being Cooper, Broadstar, Wogjet, and the other Ferrari, who will be setting up for a lap right now. As we come through, Broadstar very, very slow coming into turn sector 3. Will come through to the Aston Martin, who is trying to get a quicker time here before everyone else comes out onto the track. Just behind him being Wogjet and Broadstar going to be trying to get the tow right now. Oh, Cooper the Bot on a fast lap, going green in both sectors actually, as he opens through the last sector.
Yeah.
Improving on his time, currently sitting with in second, takes second place off Arthur by 9 thousandths of a second then, takes the second grid. The Ferrari coming over in to take the 4th place. Broadstar currently very, very slow in the back line here, not sure what he's doing. Wogjet coming over the line with a 110.14, putting him in 14th place, but Cooper the Bot and the reserve driver for Ferrari taking the 2 extra spots up the front there, knocking Hennessy and Arthur out of their grid positions.
Yeah, so we did see Arthur only improve by 17 thousandths on that lap where he had a tow from Maxi, so it wouldn't have been a great lap. He won't be happy with it, and I'm sure he can improve by a lot more.
We have Broadstar here currently in the back of the 3rd row right now on a hot lap, as he keeps that car nice and cleanly on the track, runs over half a second slower than his time before. He still seems to be pushing. He will jump the curbing over turn 7 and 8.
Oh, yeah, no, not the one there.
And I think he's backing out, possibly. He might not, but he should be saving those tyres.
Yeah.
We'll double check here. 2.5 minutes left. A lot of drivers will be bringing their cars out onto the track for one final push to see if they can knock anyone out of their positions and get a better advantage to start the Zandvoort Grand Prix, or Dutch Grand Prix. Now, as we all saw Broadstar pulling out of that lap, as we saw in Tier 4, anything can happen on the first lap. Me, myself, might have caused a safety car in the first lap. We won't talk about that. There's a reason I am not up here anymore. As we see Maxi Boy Cooper, Easy Reaper coming out of the pits at the moment. We have Arthur also on a out lap at the moment. Only a couple of drivers not choosing to come out. If they do not come out within a minute 40, I would say, without using any of their battery, they will forfeit their right to a new lap.
Yeah.
Now, I believe right now Pinju is about to start his hot lap.
I believe he's... Yeah. Yeah, I believe he is starting one.
There we are, as we come through down into the first corner off the apex, and we'll keep that car nice and tidy. See how he takes the banking, nice inside line, holds that speed nice and easy with the halo up. Give you guys a bit of an idea of what he is looking at right now. Little bit of a lock up there through turn 8. Oh, sorry, turn 9. We'll hold that nice and tight. He does go green through the first sector. Wingy Woo retiring from the session. He's out of qualifying at the moment. And a 10th up. Down, sorry, through the second, but up on his own time. Binju currently sitting in 7th. Improving on his time ever so slightly. Only just behind Broadstar by a 10th of a second as he comes over the line and puts himself in 4th place. Wingy Woo retiring from the session in 5th. Will we see other drivers come and take him off the line? We'll head to Hennessy, who's also about to finish through Sector 2. As we watch drivers, little Flabs in the Red Bull putting himself into 6th place. Aston Martin of Jetman not improving on his time, still currently in 9th. Maxi Boy setting another fastest lap with a 1:09.1. We watch Hennessy come over the line for the last time. Ooh, Hennessy taking 2nd. Knocking Pinju out of the 2nd row. Arthur Set sitting in 4th. Cooper Bot in 3rd. And Maxi Boy holding provisional pole. Other drivers coming in for pits right now. Unique in that Alpine putting himself up into 9th place. The kit car coming over the line. Scotty putting himself into 12th place right now. And Pinju coming into the pits. Everyone is finished their qualifying for this tonight. And your standings are Maxi Boy currently at the front. On provisional pole with the 1:09.1, 4/10 quicker than Hennessy, who is sitting in 2nd place just beside him. Cooper and Arthur making up the 2nd row. Pinju and Wingy Woo making up the 3rd row. Little Flabs and Broadstar making up the 4th. Unique and Jetman making up the 5th. Who's number 11? I forget his name.
Panic.
Panic and Scotty making up the 6th. Birdie and Mad Dog just behind. I'll get the rest in a second. What ideas, Pajala? As we go through the standings right now, Who was I up to? OCE and Mad Dog 13th and 14th. Wogjet sitting 15th. 16th and 17th is Gob and Reaper in that McLaren. Panache in 18th. Lime Soda in 19th. And defeated Damo a second and a half behind pole in 20th place right now.
Yeah, so really dominant qualifying there by Maxi Boy. Takes pole by nearly 4 tenths, and I mean, I'll be surprised if he's not able to back it up into the race.
Arthur Set not putting in an extra lap after being second for most of that qualifying, taken out by two other drivers, will put him behind Hennessy on the starting grid. On the inside line, it could be helpful for him being on that inside line, but Hennessy will be in front to start this race. You want to call the start?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Cool. So we wait for all these players to load in. Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 5 lights. They're out and it's away we go. Maxi Boy looks like he gets a pretty good start for the line on the mediums. Hennessy gets a good start though. Cooper the bot trying to find the outside line, but Hennessy straight into the lead. The 3-1 at turn 1. Maxi Boy sandwich. It's Hennessy on the inside. He takes B1 and Cooper the bot around the outside of T2. Maxi Boy down 2 positions from pole position. That's not the start you want to see after C. No, Arthur C has broken his front wing on Maxi Boy's rear. Oh no, that is a horrendous start for Maxi Boy and Arthur C. I mean Arthur Set, sorry, got that wrong, but wow, that was a great start. So Hennessy straight into P1, Cooper the bottom P2, following him behind. Yeah, just Maxi Boy, terrible start from him there, and not really much happening at the back of the grid here, but oh, it's Mad Dog going side by side with the Easy Reaper in P15 and 16. On the inside, looks like he kind of backs out there, and I think it's Reaper into P15, but no, Mad Dog, he will still hold it. Around the outside, he go for the switchback, but he can't get it to go.
What a start from Hennessy. From second to first, pushing Maxi Boy to the side and ultimately letting Cooperbot come through. We have Arthur who has made a mistake on the back end of Maxi, pushed down into 5th place with that Ferrari just ahead. DRS is now enabled here as Zemvort. No crashes as of yet. Lime Soda falling to the back of the pack. I'm not sure if he has damage or not. It might just be a little bit of a mix up lagging. There we go. Lime Soda is currently experiencing some issues on his end and is not currently available for this race. Not many gaps as we come through. Pinju trying to get up on the outside of Arthur will hold off into turn 7. As he takes the inside line, will heavy braking and will pull back in. Arthur Set defending extremely well with that broken wing, but he does make a mistake. Pinju up the inside and gets taken out by, was that by Jetman?
I think that was unique.
Oh, unique thrown in an Alpine coming up the back end. No safety car at the moment, but Pinju is down into 20th place after that horrific accident. Lime Soda, the technical issues getting to him. I believe his internet's failing a lot. As Hennessy makes a gap, the top two of Hennessy and Cooper have made a 2-second gap on the rest of the grid and are taking off from this race. Cooper the bot taking the fastest lap will be trying to get first place to gain the positions. The top 3 on soft tyres at the moment. Maxi and Arthur going the long run with the mediums. Most of the field, oh, they're split actually. The field's split on between the medium and hard softs right now. Will swap. Pinju swapping to the hard tyres will fix that damage as he comes out of the pits in last place.
Wow, what a start that was. So Maxi Boy, he lost out on the start of that race because Cooper and Hennessy both started on the soft, so Maxi on the mediums just wasn't really able to keep up, and he's already almost losing DRS to Wingy Woo, who's also on the softs in the Ferrari. So great start from Wingy Woo.
A DRS train starting from P5 all the way down to P14 has come about, with the Ferrari in third, Maxi Boy in fourth, just outside of each other's range, and Unique Throne all running their own race at the moment. We'll see massive overtakes as we see Brostar coming up the inside. Will he make the double? No, gets in front of Arthur Set down into 7th place. Lil Flabs seeing if he can capitalize as well, but sits back. Little outside on that. We'll see Flabs and Arthur Set battling it out through sector 2. That wing damage proving Arthur difficulties, as a gap is forming between him and Roadstar at the moment.
Yeah, Arthur with that wing damage, he was out late on the brakes and at the back of Maxi Boy there, so he'll just be going down on the grid here, and yeah, I don't see the top 5 incoming for Arthur here.
If Arthur can keep that car on the track enough, his pit stop will take an extra 5 to 6 seconds just to get that wing damage. He will be out of the top 10 if this... Oh, he's coming in. Arthur coming in to the pits. Will he be fixing that damage and changing to the hard tyres? It looks like it as we get him on the hard tyres. A new wing for Arthur, giving Little Flabs that 7th spot now. As we come up to the battle for 4th at the moment between Unique, Maxi and Broadstar. Broadstar, who started in 8th, currently sitting in 6th, has managed to go up 2 positions due to driver ahead failures at the moment, with Pinju and Arthur both having problems to start. Pinju's still sitting at the back 5 seconds behind Arthur, but we keep it going. I will get... It's on your screen right now. The battle for 4th. It currently looks like Maxi Boy a second slower than the cars in front and behind him at the moment, but holding that position very well. And will we see Broadstar on the outside of the RB of Maxi Boy? A little bit of contact as they come through. Will there be an error through here? Broadstar trying to come through the inside there. And we have Maxi Boy trying to save a bit of battery so he can stay in this on the medium tyres. The 2 drivers surrounding him on soft tyres will be quicker. But Maxi Boy playing the long game at the moment. Little Flabs just on the back end of them at the moment. He's just trying to keep inside that DRS range to hold his position up there on those medium tyres. He's going to try and get them to last as long as possible.
Yeah, so Maxi Boy, he opted to start on the mediums and then go into the softs, hoping to be quicker at the end, but it's really not worked out for him. He's already...
Whoa, a little bit of a snap there coming into the final corner.
Yeah, Maxi Boy already 5 seconds behind the lead, so this medium to soft strategy not working out for him at all.
That DRS on the back of Unique at the moment, helping him gain a little bit of battery down there on the straight. But he will need as much grip as he can coming through the center parts of the track where it's all turns and bends. Broadstar hot on his tail. Little Flab gaining on Broadstar every second. Mad Dog comes into the pits early, puts on those hard tires. He will see him run the next 18 laps on those tires, putting him down into 19th. As we go back, the battle between Hennessy and Cooper at the front. They seem to be working together at the moment. A 2.2 second gap between those two and that Ferrari.
Yeah, Cooper the Bot and Hennessy still in their own little DRS swap at the moment, but yeah, so they'll just keep going to the pit stop, and then we have Wingy Woo and
Hennessy on the
Unique.
inside gets in front of Cooper the Bot coming into the first corner. Another switch putting Hennessy back in the front.
Yep.
Defeated Damo getting rid of those soft tyres now as well into the pit lane for him down in 16th place. Who will also be putting on the hard tyres. Soft to hard seem to be a go-to for a few drivers in this session, with 17 laps remaining. Wingy Woo currently sitting just in front, in between the battle for 4th and the battle for 1st at the moment. Currently running his own race, but some nice times from him, keeping him where he wants to be on the podium tonight. Mr. Jace, well, the answer to your question is I chose to be in Tier 4, so I swapped. Come back, the mid-pack still seems to be bunching up. The Broadstar sitting on the back of Maxi Boy, who's still trying to get as much battery as possible to hold himself off. Currently sitting with 40%. Broadstar just behind, burning a little bit to keep up. Little Flavs seems to be getting a little bit impatient on the back end of Broadstar, as no moves have been made in 4 laps on the on this very, very interesting race. We still have the two people at the front, Cooper the Bot and Hennessy at the top.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see when they come to the pits, because I mean, an undercut could be on here for each one of them, and potentially a break from DRS. So as Hennessy does move into the lead, it'll be a interesting strategy call from the two, but we'll see what happens.
Hennessy currently on those soft tyres, just under 40% wear on the left-hand side. He's holding those soft tyres very well up the front. Not a lot of wear coming from other cars, as is just him and Cooper both fighting at the top. Cooper with a little bit worse wear at the moment, but they're doing very well to keep those tyres alive. When would you say would be a great time to pit for the soft tyres?
This is this is a 35% race, so honestly, if they're doing a soft to medium, I'd say 12 is probably a good time to pit.
50% wear is around lap 12 if you are holding those tyres very well. And as we hit lap 10, we have the two front runners. Oh, Hennessy coming into the pits early. Wingy Woo coming in just behind him, putting Cooper, the provisional leader of this race. Unique thrown in second, Maxi up to third. We see Broadstar also going to the pits, almost a double stack for those Ferraris.
Oh, yeah.
Both cars come out. Easy Reba also coming into the pits, but Broadstar stays ahead just on those medium tyres.
Yeah, so the Ferrari's opting to double stack there, which is quite interesting.
Wingy Woo coming out into 11th place, currently sitting behind Hennessy, who was the leader of this race before pitting. Broadstar just behind them. Cooper the Bot yet to pit, still on the fastest lap at the moment. He get the overcut, or will the two Ferraris and Hennessy make that undercut and get back onto the top row right now.
What does decide to pit as well as Unique, who gets a 10-second speeding penalty. Oh no!
Unique, the man who started second and was most of this race at the front, now with a 10-second penalty, which he can choose to serve in another pit stop. Unfortunately, most tracks in the lineup for 2025 are 80-kilometer pit stops. Zandvoort being 60 might have caused a bit of problem there for Unique. So watching Easy Reaper on the back end of Broadstar right now, trying to gain another position on the man in provisional fourth. The top 6 at the moment being Maxi Boy, Flavs, Jetman, Scotty, Birdie and Panache, all starting on the medium tyres, have not pitted yet, are currently sitting 12 seconds from the leader. Cooper the Bot just behind in 7th place of Panache. In first place, he's trying to get around Panache. A little bit of contact coming around the last corner. The wing is open. Panache taking the inside line and Cooper getting back in front. Wingy Woo taking the fastest lap, going on the outside of Panache, who's still yet to pit on those old mediums, and ultimately getting pushed to the back. Cooper the Bot back up into 5th place right now. The top 4 still are yet to pit. Panache, who is also yet to pit, is being pushed down to 8th by your lead runners, Cooper, Hennessy and Wingy Woo. And a nice gap forming throughout the pack. Yet to see some more battles.
What's very interesting is Jetman has decided to pit onto the softs off of those mediums, so this is a very, very early call from the Aston Martin, and I don't know if it's going to work out with him, as Arthur gets a 3-second time penalty already.
The king of drawing outside the lines has done it again.
I don't know, as Birdie also decides to pit on starting lap 14, so this is pretty early, I'm going to say, because those softs, they don't last a whole lot of time, and you want to really get the maximum performance out of them, so going this early, I don't think it's a play.
Wingy Woo making contact to the rear of Hennessy as we come through the first corner. A battle going on for provisional second at the moment as Cooper the Bot is at the front there. Wingy Woo trying his hardest. Started in 3rd, just next to Arthur. Still sitting in 3rd, will be trying his hardest to get up the podium. Looking for every gap he can find as Lime Soda at the back there, ghosts in the back marker, causing problems for the 3 front runners at the moment. Little Flavs, Maxi Boy and Scotty still running out those medium tyres. Currently a 10-second gap between the provisional front runners and them at the moment. They'll be trying to gain as much time when they pit on those soft tyres on the second half of this race. As Jetman on those softs takes the fastest lap of the 1:11.3 down in 8th place at the moment. The Aston Martin proving to be the quickest on the track at the moment with Cooper the Bot. Currently sitting in 6th place. Wingy Woo getting in front in the back half of the track. Hennessy still up the front. As we see Little Flavs making a mistake and going wide, losing the 2 positions at the front, allowing Hennessy and the front runners to get closer. Maxi Boy at the front now, first time being at the front this race since his taking of pole.
Yeah, Maxi and Scotty and Flavs will be looking to box probably a couple laps time, maybe not yet, but in a couple laps time they will be looking to box, and it'll be really exciting to see how they catch back up to those front runners, and if they do, and I would catch back up to those front runners, as Cooper the Bot is making a move on Wing Roo for P1, and it is a go, so Cooper the Bot into P4.
Hennessy down into 6th place right now. A complete swap for the top 3. The provisional top 3, I should say. As we see Panache heading into the pits, we'll get off those medium tyres, put on the softs down on lap 16 with 10 laps remaining. Making the best out of those soft tyres. Will try his hardest to get back up. Coming out just behind Mad Dog on those hard tyres. Will he be able to make positions? He should do if he can get those soft tyres warm and ready to go. Scotty and Maxi Boy at the front. Will we see them come in for a pit on lap 16 with 9 laps to go after this? We will see Scotty jump into the pits, but Maxi Boy choosing to stay out, yet to pit. Will try and maximize the time on these softs, but will it be detrimental for him in the long run, with Mr. Wingy Woo only 9 seconds behind?
Yeah, I believe the Zandvoort pit lane is a 18-second loss, so I mean, Lefty had said it before in chat. He thinks Maxi Boy's on the right strategy. He think he'll win this, but I'm just not so sure. As we've got a yellow flag, defeated Damo. Looks like he may have had a moment on the main straight there, and he's lost his front end plate.
Taken off the left side, which he might have come in contact on the exit of the final corner. With 8 laps remaining, down in 18th, he will be trying to gain as much time on those hard tyres. Not sure if he will be able to catch up to Mad Dog in 17th. You need to put a second a lap on him to be able to complete the feat there.
So Maxi Boy does decide to come to the pits now. Off of those mediums, we put on those fresh softs, and it's basically just qualifying laps at the end here for him.
A 2.3 second deficit there as we see Maxi Boy coming out. You were correct with the 18 seconds in the pit lane right now as he almost makes it over the line. Will come out in 8th place on those brand new soft tyres. Just behind yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, unique.
Unique thrown is in the wall and backwards. As he goes, he's flung himself back onto the track. Lucky he was Ghost, though, as a massive accident would have happened there. Down into 13th. Unique thrown. Started this race in 9th place. He's now down into 13th after making his way up the field earlier in the race. Damage on both sides of the front wing at the moment. But a green flag, no safety car at the moment. One of the cleanest races I've seen from Tier 3 in a long time.
So these top 3 are still in their little
Hennessy taking the outside line just before the embankment and getting back in front of Wingy Woo. Sorry, I'd cut you off. I just switched back as I saw the overtake. The battle first, now between 3 people. So we see Wingy Woo looking towards the inside, decides not to go as we come through turn 8, 9 and 10. They will be coming up on the rear of, I believe, Lime Soda's ghosted car. As the DRS helping Wingy Woo take the inside line, getting in front. Minor contact from Cooper on the back end of Hennessy there. And Wingy Woo takes the lead of this race.
So Maxi Boy, Scotty, they have well, Scotty, he got a really good undercut on Maxi. I'm not sure how that happened, but he has 7 seconds to make up in 6 laps. So I mean, miracles do happen, but we don't see them too often. But this could be one.
Scotty got an overcut on Maxi Boy.
Did he? Oh.
Wait, no, it was an undercut. Sorry. Scotty did get an undercut. 1 lap undercut on Maxi Boy, but keeping him in contention. 3 seconds the difference between those two at the moment. The undercut proving very beneficial here for Scotty as he tries to catch up to Birdie, who is on older tires right now. Maxi Boy being the cleanest tires on the track right now. Will he be able to gain enough positions in the next 5 laps to benefit him? So we come down the main straight. Now we got Cooper the Bot coming around the inside of Hennessy and getting directly in front to come into the first corner. The top 3 battling it out. As we see Wingy Woo getting a 3-second penalty there, coming up onto the grass coming out of turn 1. The penalties at the moment, only 4 players with penalties, being Arthur, Little Flavs, Wingy Woo, and the reserve Mercedes, who I can't see the name of.
Panic.
Panic, that's his name. Panic, Arthur, Flavs, and Wingy Woo. Not a lot of warnings either on the pack right now. Pingju with 1, Damo with 1, and Broadstar on the other Ferrari with 2. Back, Jetman and Birdie just behind the front runners pack right now, ever so close to each other in 5th and 4th. Seems to have been a very, very nice little battle here. Both drivers with older softs coming into the 22nd lap right now. With 4 laps to go, will we see the overtake from Birdie? He comes up the inside, gets directly in front. Jetman down into 5th place. But he will be looking to hold on to that position to try and get back in front to take 4th place. 2.5 seconds between 4th and the podium at the moment. We come down to 15th. Mad Dog only half a second behind Panic as he opens that wing. Will he gain enough time coming down the main straight to be able to make the overtake? He will just get ever so closer and will stay just behind Panic. Mad Dog and Panic both on the hard tires right now. Panic's being 3 laps younger than Mad Dog. Mad Dog seeming to be trying to find as much pace as possible. As defeated Damo gets another 3-second penalty, bringing him up to 6th at the moment. We come down for the 3rd last time. The DRS opening for both Hennessy and Wingy Woo, but neither of them making the overtake. Wingy Woo trying to go on the outside of Hennessy, does have a 3-second penalty with OCE Birdie just behind, currently in that 3-second range. A little bit of a snap for Wingy at the moment, but still holding that position at the back of Hennessy's Williams.
Yeah, so we will see if Birdie's able to stay in P4 and within 3 seconds of Wingy, he will be able to inherit that P3 position. So this could be a really beneficial race for Birdie if he's able to stay in that 3-second range. So these 3 front runners just trying to pull away as fast as they can, especially Wingy, who'll be looking to get a move on. But these 2 guys up front, Cooper the Ball and Hennessy, are just... they're in their little own battle. They know Wingy's not really in this one anymore, and they will be looking to just have their own battle between them. As Wingy, he's looking pretty aggressive. He wants to get a move on. Will he look to make a move on Hennessy? No, he won't.
Maxi Boy, who was our front runner in the race for a long time, coming around the inside of Little Flabs, as he has a big deficit to make up on those fresher softs right now. Currently sitting just under 8 seconds behind the leaders. Gets around Little Flabs and Almighty Gob, who Reaper has just taken the position of, coming up back into 7th place. Maxi Boy, who started this race in first, is down into 7th place at the moment.
So OC Birdie has now dropped out of that 3-second range of Wingy, so no good for him, as there's a lapped Pinju in this little Birdie, Jetman, Scotty train here. So yeah, they'll be looking to get back within those 3 seconds if they're able to.
As we come through for the second last time, the final lap, as we see Hennessy going around the inside of Cooper the Bot. Will he hold a little bit of contact and a slide out by Cooper the Bot? Wingy Woo not being able to capitalize on that. OC Birdie just behind, trying to catch back up to that 3 seconds. The fight for 4th at the moment is on in the back line right now. Jetman looking to get in front of OC Birdie and try and close that gap between Birdie and Wingy Woo to get the podium position. Now the battle's at the back here. Panache going around the inside down the main straight of Arthur Set. No, sorry, of Panic, and Mad Dog making the move as well. Arthur Set, who is trying to get back up into 12th place just behind Broadstar. As we'll come down to the front runners of this race for the final time. Hennessy's at the front. Will there be a position change before the end here?
Oh, here we go.
The wing
Cooper
is
the Bot,
over
he's
for
so
Cooper the
very
Bot.
close.
Go for it, go for it.
It's Cooper the Bot, he has the DRS wide open, but he doesn't have enough battery, so it's Hennessy who's going to win in Netherlands in the Williams, and it's Cooper the Bot coming home P2. Wingy was able to stay outside of that 3-second range of Birdie, and he takes P3 in the Ferrari. Great debut for Wingy. Left Dead will be very happy there as Birdie comes home P4. Jetman and P5, Scotty P6. Maxi Boy, your pole position sitter, disappointing race for him, comes home in P7. Flavs P8 in the Red Bull. Almighty Gob in P9. Reaper, #1 draft pick in P10. Wogjet comes home P11. Broadstar in the Ferrari P12. Arthur C, who qualified in P2, comes home P13. Also disappointing race for him as Panache, Mad Dog, Panic, and these others will just finish this race off.
And a very, very clean race by everyone tonight. The top 3 fighting for their lives at the front for the entire race. Maxi Boy, who started pole, unfortunately didn't make it into the podium tonight. But we see Hennessy in that Williams, the Aston Martin of Cooper the Bot, and Wingy Woo on the podium for the night. Unfortunate for OCE Birdie in 4th place, who did not, was unable to get into position to overtake Wingy Woo, who had a 3-second penalty in the 24th lap. As we watch the boys get up onto the podium right now, there are 3 winners for tonight. Try and get my classifications back up on the screen. There we go. Your winners of tonight: Hennessy at pole, Cooper the Bot in 2nd, Wingy Woo in 3rd, Birdie in 4th, Jetman in 5th, Scotty in 6th, Maxi Boy, our pole sitter, in 7th, Little Flavs up into 8th, Gob into 9th, Reaper into 10th, Wogjet and Broadstar making 11th and 12th, Arthur and Panache 13th and 14th, Mad Dog and Panic 15th and 16th, Throne and Damo 17th and 18th, Pinju down into 19th, unfortunate after the first few lap errors, and Lime Soda, who unfortunately lagged out multiple times, is down into 20th. Here we off with one shot qualifying. We'll go on board with Maxi Boy. I will try to anyway. Who was our pole sitter during Netherlands. Currently sitting in third behind Cooper and Broadstar. Down to fourth, Arthur Set up into first place, Jetman in second. Lots of swapping and changing going through the laps. Shows the difference in pace from different drivers at the moment.
So Arthur Seat, sorry, still sitting in P1 in the McLaren. So will he be able to pull off his first Tier 3 pole position here?
As the two Aston Martins get in front after you say that.
Oh,
And
no.
Scotty over the top, and Pinju in front as well. Will the two Aston Martins be able to take pole and second to start the race on the front grid? Nasty laps as we come through the third sector. One of the hardest parts of this track, especially to overtake. Maxi Boy currently running 11th place. A completely different grid to what we saw at the start.
Yeah.
We'll also see how many invalidations we get at the end. So he comes around the final corner, bounces over, and takes out that pod. Cooper and Jetman, first to second. Pinju into third place. We get the rest of those up there for you right now. Maxi Boy, our Netherlands pole sitter, into third. Aston 1 and 2. For you right now, I'll go to the screen for you. There is your starting grid. Almighty Gob and Birdie both invalidating their laps here to start the session, but there is your starting lineup for the race. Cooper the Bot at the top with Jetman, his teammate, in second, just behind Arthur and Pinju. The two Williams of Mad Dog and Hennessy in 5th and 6th. The kit car of Scotty in 7th. In 8th place, we have Wingy Woob just behind him, Damo. Little Flabs and Maxi making up the next row. Broadstar and Panic, 12th and 13th. 14th is Panache, 15th is Reaper. Unique, Lime, and Wog making up the last of the qualifying laps. And Almighty Gob and Birdie, who are starting at the back due to invalidations. An interesting start to our Abu Dhabi session. A little bit of a mixed grid with defeated Damo, who was at the back of us at Netherlands, is now up into the top 10 to start Abu Dhabi. Wingy Woo also down into 8th. Scotty up into 7th. Mad Dog, who started almost last in the Netherlands, up into 5th place to start this race. Magic Shot coming in, telling me how beautiful I am. I mean, the graphics are. In the chat here as we go to start the race, I thank you for the compliment. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out and away we go. Cooper the Bot getting a nice little out the front, but we see Jetman stuck just in the back there. A little bit of lag on my end. The two Aston Martins, as we see Pinju sliding out all the way down into 9th place. Make that 11th place. I got my things back up for you guys. They're just off at the moment. There we are. As I get them back up on the screen. Pinju started in 3rd, now down into 10th place. We see lots of action in the back here.
Ooh, Panic is around at 10 and 5.
Panic at the back. Now in that Mercedes, got turned around, not sure what happened at the back, but Cooper the Bot and Jetman making an incredible start at the front. Arthur Set just behind them, jumping that chicane just there. The gap's forming. Mad Dog and Hennessy fighting with Scotty at the front. Hennessy getting up into 4th place. Mad Dog down to 6th. Maxi Boy in 7th after starting in 11th place. Pinju down into 10th. I'm not sure if he has damage. I'll double check for you right now. Pinju losing part of the left of his wing. A little bit of damage, but not enough to lose the plate. As we come through towards the second lap. DRS enabled the two Aston Martins working perfectly together on the first lap. We have Panache at the back, not sure what happened there, but unique throwing going into the pit, and so with Broadstar, both I assume with damage. Gaps start to form between fourth and the rest of the pack. We come through the first DRS zone. We come to the back there. Wingy Woo trying to get up on the inside. Scotty blocking it off. And Mad Dog getting in front of Scotty to bring the two Williams up into fourth and fifth. Only split by Arthur Set to those Aston Martins.
Yeah, so the two Astons will be just looking to control this race now from start to finish. So Arthur C, Hennessy, they'll be looking to do some damage on these two cars. Not physical, obviously, but they'll be looking to get their confidence down, split them up, make sure they can't work together to keep these two behind. And yeah, we'll just see that throughout the whole race is Hennessy and Arthur just trying to do everything they can to get these two Astons split up.
The gap has formed between the top four. Mad Dog, who's currently sitting in fifth behind his teammate Hennessy. The fastest lap swapping and changing. Now Hennessy with the 125.3 just behind. Mad Dog is created a gap so fierce that he will not be able to work with his teammate up at the front. But if he can keep up, we have Wingy Woo just on the tail of him. Will be trying to get in front to catch up to the top pack right now.
As Wingy Woo has made the move on Mad Dog out of turn 5 and he is into P5, so he'll be looking to drag that entire DRS train behind him back up to the front runners if he can.
Now Wingy made that move just after the DRS detection zone, so he'll get a little bit extra speed coming through there as Mad Dog holds off the rest of the pack. And most drivers now with enough space that are not a lot of battles. The two Hasses at the back holding off a very good start and finish for OCE Birdie in the Netherlands. Sees him down in 15th in our second race of the night.
Yep, there's a moment with the Astons. I don't know what happened, but Arthur C has now split them up. I think Jetman went off there as I believe he was leading and he was up in P2, and I believe he just went off the track. And I don't know if it's just me, but he looks a bit all over the place right now, Jetman.
A little bit of lag here for Jetman.
Yeah.
As he comes through, Arthur Set taking the position from him, and a bit glitchy as we come through. Not sure if he's still in the car or not. He seems to be, but internet playing a good part of keeping, lagging around the track right now. Not looking good for Jetman, who started with his teammate at the front row. Hennessy going to look to capitalize on this as we come down through this massive DRS train into sector 2. He takes the inside through the chicane, has paused outside, and a battle between Arthur Set and Jetman. Now Hennessy looking to capitalize on that, comes around the outside and opens up that wing. Arthur Set being at the front at the detection zone, loses out to position, now down into 4th place. Hennessy splitting the two cars.
Yeah, so Cooper the Bot now has pulled over pretty much a 1.5 second gap to P2, 3 and 4, so he'll be looking to run away as fast as possible. This doesn't help his teammate though, Jetman, as
Arthur Set
lap 4. Oh dear.
In the 4th lap, getting his 3rd penalty, bringing him down into position 10 according to the leaders right now. He will need to try and fight his way to the front and get as much gap throughout the next 15 laps as he gets his 2nd penalty of the night. Now seeing multiple cars on 1 or 2 warnings, Arthur being the first to get a penalty here at Abu Dhabi. The penalties on your screen right now.
Yeah, so he has some pretty good pace in that McLaren here at Abu Dhabi, but of course it doesn't mean anything if you're going to get a 3-second time penalty, as Mad Dog and Wingy down the inside of Mad Dog, the chicane. Mad Dog is going to try to find him off. Oh, he has the inside for the second part of the chicane. When he's still there. He's still there. We have the DRS on this next race. So
they're side
oh,
by
so
side
Mad
coming
Dog
into
go?
they both have DRS, but Mad Dog seeming to slot in behind. Scotty looking to capitalize on that little battle, but not being able to get through. As the battle behind sees defeated Damo getting back up in front. Pinju in that V-carb also getting in front of Damo. Maxi Boy pushed down into 10th.
Yeah, V-Carb's just not able to get a good start at all tonight. Pinju, we saw him qualify P3, highest of the season, and just a very disappointing start for him, as I believe he did. I think he had a bit of contact with someone out of turn 1, and that's just pretty much contradicted his whole race now.
We come down in the 19th place. We have Broadstar currently sitting on the hard tyres just behind Unique Throne, who also pitted early to start this race in that Ferrari. Broadstar starting this race 12th, a little bit of an accident in the first lap, causing him to have to pit. And now down into 19th place will be fighting with Unique Throne, who also started this race in 16th down into 18th. The back of the pack not looking very tidy right now. The battle is on though between the Ferrari and the Alpine. Looking to get into the points. Wogjet and OCE Birdie, our two Hasses, are fighting their way through the pack. Panic looking to be panicking as that Hass gets closer and closer on the fresher tyre. The Mercedes opting to go hards to start this race. Will that be beneficial towards the end, or will it be detrimental towards the start, with Wogjet on the back end closing out the rest of the points here?
Yeah, and back up the front, Hennessy has taken that P2 position off of Jetman. So Jetman maybe just after that moment on lap, I believe it was 3, maybe he's a bit confident damage now, but maybe a lack of confidence, maybe a lack of skill, but he's just gonna be looking to stay with Hennessy as yeah, Wingy and Arthur's dropped off quite a bit here, so Wingy's not in the DRS anymore of Jetman, and neither is Arthur, of course, so he's dropped back to these guys behind, and yeah, just not great from Arthur.
Arthur Sepp, who started this race 4th, down into 5th place after making his way up into 2nd to split the Aston Martins, but a move by Jetman seeing Arthur Sepp being pushed back, and then Hennessy getting in front, capitalizing off of the battle. As we see Scotty coming up on the outside of Arthur at the moment, pushing him down to 6th at the moment. The Kit Car and Pinju both getting in front of Arthur, pushing him back down again into 7th place, losing a lot of pace here. No damage on Arthur, but the gaps and the DRS proving to be ruining his race, as he's now down into 7th, just in front of Damo. A long train going to be forming between Scotty and Easy Reaper. Between 5th and 10th at the moment. Oh, as we see Arthur go fake the pit lane, looks to go in and then somehow manages to stay out. Not sure if that counts as corner cutting, but we'll see at the end of this race. Arthur with OCE Birdie down into 14th place, making an overtake on Soda and ending up getting a 3-second penalty and into the pits. Arthur
so
Set,
Hennessy,
the stewards will be looking at that for Arthur Set going into the pit lines and then making his way back out onto the track just in front of his teammate.
Yeah, so Hennessy, he did decide to box. He'll be looking to hopefully get an undercut on Cooper the Bot and bring this this battle for the race win back to life, as Cooper the Bot is just kind of driving away at this point. So Hennessy looking to put a stop to that and get right back up with him, and we'll hopefully have a good battle for the win.
Now a 2 and almost a half second gap now between the two Aston Martins. Will we see them both pit on the same lap and double stack, or will we see a potential over or undercut by both cars at the moment? As we see Cooper go into the pits, Will we see Jetman just behind? We won't.
Yeah.
He stayed out. We'll try and keep a track position. Defeated Damo in 6th place, getting a 3-second penalty. Pinju also coming in behind, getting into the pit lane. Arthur set into the pits now this lap to put on those hard tyres. Jetman staying out an extra lap on those tyres. A gap forming. We have Panic here just behind. The only 2 drivers currently in DRS range is Panic on Wogjet right now, sitting in 7th place.
Yeah, this is a incredibly spreaded grid at the moment.
Wingy Woo actually now getting up on the back end, closing the gap. We will see Wogjet attempt to stay in front, but Panic getting in front through the first DRS section. But we have another set of DRS here. Wingy Woo currently 0.3 of a second behind Jetman, our provisional leader at the moment, with his teammate coming out into 8th place just in front of Hennessy. A 3-second gap there, almost contact for Wingy Woo.
Yeah, so Hennessy not quite getting the undercut that he wanted on Cooper, still 2.5 away from him as Jetman decides to pull into the pits and gets a 3-second in the process, as well as Wingy Woo.
Contact, massive contact from Wingy Woo on the back end of Jetman coming into the pits. Not sure if there was damage, but a massive set of contact seeing on the back there of Jetman. But we have the Mercedes of Panic on those hard tyres, I believe, who is doing the reversal at the moment, currently in 1st place with Cooper the Bot in 2nd. The only person not to pit right now is that Mercedes of Panic, currently sitting 3 seconds ahead. Will we see a late pit and a catch up for the Mercedes driver to see if we can get the overcut?
Yeah, so Jetman also not really coming out in an optimal position relative to his teammate, also with that 3 seconds. So I feel like we might get a few pen removals, as there are a lot of pens coming in from going into the pits, and as we know, you can get a warning just going into the pits, which it's a bit goofy, but that's just a game. So we might see a lot of penalties get removed here. So we might see people not really driving with their penalties in mind, but driving with positions in mind.
Exactly, and with a couple of drivers going into the pits with those warnings, we might see a couple of penalties removed, although at the end we will show all the warnings at the moment. Jetman, his 3rd strike did come from the pit lane, but also multiple warnings for all drivers at the moment, other than Mad Dog, Scotty, Maxi, Flavs, and Reaper, the only 5 drivers without penalty warnings at the moment. As we see Damo stay out again, will Cooper the Bot make the move down the 1st straight? The DRS open. He looks to go up on the inside. We'll see the braking zone be the overtaking spot. Cooper the Bot back into the lead of this race. Panic, who has yet to pit, now sitting at the front. Hennessy 3 seconds behind. Cooper the Bot currently 3.6 seconds ahead of Hennessy and taking the lead of this race. Damo, who's still yet to pit, will come in very shortly, bringing the gap up. 3.8 on Cooper the Bot, running away with this race. Jetman, who is 3 and a bit seconds behind Hennessy, taking up the provisional podium at the moment.
Yeah, so the two V carbs, by the way, just always Cooper the Bot takes fastest. Like the 2 V carbs stuck behind the kick Sauber of Scotty, so they'll be working together to get that P6 and 7 if possible. So that'll be a good battle to see at the end of this one.
Yeah, Maxi Boy and Pinju both currently I don't believe with penalties, neither does Scotty, will be trying to work as close together with the DRS to swing their ways in front. As we see them come round towards the first DRS right now, they will all be within range. We'll see both of the wings pop up. Scotty not within range. Will we see a split, or will we see the two V-Cubs hold off during this first race?
Yeah, Maxi will opt to not go for the move there. He'll get DRS on the next straight. Not able to really get the exit he would have wanted on Scotty, as Pinju's looking a little dangerous on Maxi, and Pinju, the two V-Cubs will swap positions, so Pinju into P7 will look to see if he can make the move past Scotty.
And we see Maxi Boy here, he was saving his ERS, through there. Gob gets a 3-second warning. He's going to be getting as much battery through here as possible. Pinju currently with 70% and Maxi with 40. They will be trying their hardest. Scotty, who is draining at the moment, will be trying his hardest to keep that and stay in front of the V-Cubs with 7 laps remaining.
Yeah, so Panic, I don't think he's made. Yeah, Panic is yet to make a pit stop, as Pinju gets a 3-second time penalty. Panic is yet to make a pit stop, as we have 8 laps left in this race. Interesting.
Arthur Set, who started this race, in 4th place, down in 10th at the moment. As we watch him come down the main straight in a little DRS train. We'll try and get in front of Damo here as he comes up on the inside towards the chicane, and has hit the apex and has spun. Not sure if that was contact or if that was apex, but Arthur Set not being able to make the move. Flavs capitalizing and getting in front. We also see at the front here, little Flavs will make the move on Damo as well, coming into turn 9.
Yeah, so the two Haas's also down back make a swap there in their little own race in P14 and 15, so they'll be looking to take about 3 points away from this one.
A couple of points staying at the back there. We'll get 1 and 2. 3 points for them at the moment. The two Aston Martins still looking to capitalize. Jetman still on the back of Hennessy.
Oh yeah.
Up the front here, we'll be trying to catch back up to his teammate and get in front. My overlay is glitching out at the moment. I'll do a quick reset on them for you guys. I will get you to take over for a second.
No worries. So coming down this back straight, first DRS straight, Jetman right up the back of Hennessy will take P2. Will Hennessy try to fight it? I don't believe he will. They'll just keep the DRS up, as Mad Dog, he's so close to DRS, but just so far as well, as Cooper the Bot still leads this one by 6.3 seconds. So pretty dominating win by Cooper, if there are no safety cars, which I believe there still could be, but yeah, really dominating race from him today.
And just behind the battle for second at the moment is a DRS train all the way down to the two V-Carbs of Pinju and Maxi Boy, who are going to try and get in front of Scotty. The battle right now, very, very close, as Scotty's going to try and get in front, of Panic, who is still yet to pit. Will he come in this lap? No. He's going to try and get as far forward as possible with 5 laps remaining, And that cut Mercedes, not sure if he realizes he has to pit, will be trying to keep those tires as much as possible, saving battery here. Scotty looking to overtake through turn 4 and 5. We come down into the side of him in the braking zone of the hairpin, and Scotty making the move on the Mercedes. And we'll get DRS down the main straight to try and catch up to Mad Dog and Hennessy. The two Williams and the two Aston Martins currently making out the top 4.
Yeah.
The V-Carbs also getting in front of Panic, bringing it up. The only car splitting the top 7 right now in terms of teams is Scotty in that kick car with his teammate Panache down in 18th place. We see a late braking from Pinju, almost going up the rear of Scotty as they all try to fight. The four teams at the front, Aston Martin 1, 2, 3 and 4 for Kick. 5 and 6 being split by Kick, and the 6 and 7 the two V-Carbs fighting out for the rest of this race.
Yeah, so a lot of teammates bunched up together, which is well, not bunched up together, but like as we see Cooper the Bot 7.5 ahead of his teammate Jetman, but yeah, a lot of teammates in multiple how would you put it? I'm not sure, but there's a lot of teammates together. That's all I'm trying to say.
As we see, Panic has finally gone into the pits, also getting a 3-second, possibly for the glitch as well, putting him down into 15th currently. As he comes out of the pits, almost hits the wall there. We will get his race story up from the screen right now. He started 13th, was trying to go as far as he could on those hards, is now on the soft tires in 16th, sorry, with 5 laps remaining. Will those soft tires be able to gain him a couple of positions, or would it have been a bad strategy? The hard to softs, Manrai.
Wow, that's a very interesting strategy from Panic. I wouldn't have been one to choose that, but each to their own, I guess.
There's a fight at the front here between the two Williams as we have 4 laps to go. Jetman, who is currently in 2nd place, 8 seconds behind, not being able to use his teammate for comfort as the two Williams try their hardest to get in front. We come down into turn 2 and 3. Those Williams gaining time on the Aston Martin will look to get in front. Pinju looks to make the move. He does get in front of Scotty, who is now in between the two V-Carbs. Almighty Gob down in 8th place right now, and Arthur just behind in 9th. But on the DRS straights, will we see the two Williams try and get in front of Jetman, who will be fighting for his life right now? Does have the ERS to back it up, but they will stay behind. Honestly, I believe Cooper should back off a little bit and try and help his teammate in the last final laps here.
I do see that, how that could really help Jetman in this situation, but it's an easy win here for Cooper the Bot. I just don't feel like he should throw it away, especially with Jetman having that pen, even though he could get it removed. I just feel like one of them has a guaranteed win. They shouldn't back him up to potentially throw that one away, but that's just my opinion.
It's worked in real life and it might work tonight, but with 3 laps remaining, now that Cooper has come over the line, is it going to be detrimental? Arthur set with another 3-second penalty as Broadstar is retired. Yellow flag is out. Is that the safety car? It doesn't believe to be. He has retired in the pits, but the yellow flag is out. Broadstar is out of this race, has retired in the pits. Hopefully his car stays in the pits. It does not look like it will. So we'll see a ghosted car on the track for the last 3 laps of the race. Cooper the Bot absolutely taking this race out with nearly 9 seconds ahead. But we will come down to Jetman, who is still fighting with 2.5 laps remaining. The two Williams, sorry, on the back end as Scotty gets back in front of Pinju to hold out the top 5.
Yeah, so it'll be a real...
As we see Hennessy getting off the inside, slight contact there from Jetman, but Jetman will try and hold on to P4 towards the final laps to try and get back in front to hold the 1-2. The top 4 now split between Aston Martin and Williams. Scotty just on the back end of Mad Dog, and the two RBs hot on their tail.
Yeah, so Jetman down to P3 now. He does have his left end plate is gone. I'm not sure how that happened, but Scotty, Pinju, and Maxi Boy have now been warped into this top 2, 3, 4 battle. So this will get real interesting towards the end of this one.
And we do have 4 sets of DRS left in this race. If the 6 drivers in this train do look to make moves, they will need to make it in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, so Jetman will have the DRS on Hennessy now in P2. Wogjet gets a 3-second time penalty, but Jetman, he's sitting on none now, and he's DRS baiting, or not baiting, sorry, DRS chickening with Hennessy now. He doesn't want to pass him, so he will now get DRS on this next straight, and I'm not sure if he'll have a go this time. He might. He's sitting on medium on his DRS. I don't think he's going to try passing. He's going to wait till the final lap to pass Hennessy. So very smart decision making from Jetman here.
Mad Dog, who's gone all the way down to 6th place, sees Scotty and Pinju both overtake him, losing that track position and splitting the Williams up, who have been together the entire race. Jetman, who has now fully charged his battery. Hennessy trying to do the same as we come into the final lap. As a battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th is happening, we'll see this massive train coming down. Cooper the Bot at the front here now on the back of Unique. We'll get DRS on him and extend that lead even further. But we'll come down to the 2nd place right now as we hit all drivers hitting DRS. Maxi Boy really close to Mad Dog as we come round turn 5. Arthur Set has left the session, has lagged out in 8th place there. Little Flabs will be looking to capitalize on that. Gets closer and closer as he does get in front. Passes on the back here as we see Mad Dog and Maxi Boy fighting at the back. Maxi Boy getting in front of Mad Dog, pushing him back down to 7th. The V-Cubs back together again. The 2nd DRS on the last lap here. Jetman currently sitting behind. Will open that wing, use all his battery that he can. Hennessy trying to hold off, but does not have the battery. Jetman getting back in front for the 1-2 through the final sector. Hennessy sitting at the back. Scotty just in front, still in front of the 2 RBs. Will we see some dangerous position changes through the last sector? Hennessy back down into 3rd as Cooper the Bot takes the lead and Unique spins out. Not sure if there was contact there. He's not. He is trying to hit the wall. Unique coming and just smacking the wall and destroying his car. Hennessy coming over in 2nd. Scotty in 3rd. Maxi in 4th. Mad Dog in 5th. Jetman with those penalties pushed down into 6th place. Flabs into 7th. Pinju into 8th. Reaper in 9th. Almighty Godman 10th. 11th place is Damo as Wogjet comes over in 12th. Arthur, who's not in the lobby at the moment, in 13th. Birdie in 14th. We go down to Wing, who is in 15th, who is overtaken at the end there. In 15th, taking the final point, is the Mercedes driver of Panic. Wingwoo, in 16th. Lime Soda going to come over the line in 17th, and that is the end of our 2nd race of the head-to-head for the night. We see Cooper the Bot coming over the line in 1st, Hennessy in 2nd due to pens, Scotty in 3rd, Max in 4th, Mad Dog and Jetman down into 5th and 6th due to penalties.
Yeah, so I just had a look at the race director, and Jetman had more than 3 track limits warnings, so I don't think he'd be able to get that removed.
Double check on the thing. Here are your winners for today. So try and get this to stop glitching out. We'll get that to the end. We'll go through the race director as well for you. There is your top. Now I'll go through the incidents, as a lot of people had some problems with them before. Here are your race director for the night. If anyone needs to clip that. Communicating online service. Cool. Thanks, game. And there is your ending screen for the Albert Cooper. Why don't we start with, how do you feel about your 2nd place in Netherlands?
I'll take it for a start. It's a good result. Honestly, I was going not much confidence into the race, really struggling, and didn't probably could have done better in qualifying. Just went right at the end, but then had a good race battle with Hennessy, and unfortunately got me at the end. Deserved it, so fair play to him.
Now, you almost maximised points for Tier 3 tonight. You got second in the Netherlands, first by a landslide in Abu Dhabi, and just behind you had Jetman. Was there a lot of working together there to maximise those points for Aston tonight?
Yeah, we had a good plan going in. Unfortunately, a bit of internet issues didn't help us out, and unfortunately that broke the DRS that we had working together, so that didn't help.
Now, Jetman did come over the line in second. The penalties he had put him down into sixth. Do you think that it could have been anything you could have done to assist him with the battle that was going on between third and seventh?
Probably not. I was in a good spot, good comfortable gap, and just kept pushing on.
All righty. Well, you had a fantastic weekend this weekend. We're happy and looking forward to seeing you in Silverstone next week. We will move on to Hennessy. Oh, was it Hennessy?
Hennessy.
Yeah.
He won in Zandvoort. It was a great race. Last lap battle with Cooper there, and you were able to come out in P1. Great race from you, mate. How are you feeling from Zandvoort?
Yeah, Zandvoort was fun. I love Zandvoort. Great track. Yeah, it's pretty much me and Cooper battling from like the first or second lap. And I tried to get the undercut on him, but he came out of the pit right behind me. So we were still battling right till the end. Then Wingy Woo came up behind. I don't know. He managed to catch up to us. So then it became a 3-horse race. And yeah, I just waited till the last lap. Got the pounce on him, kept him behind for the lap. And yeah, it was good race. Shout out to Cooper for winning by 10 seconds in Abu Dhabi. That was just crazy. I was never going to catch him there. But yeah, it's good racing.
Yeah, and you got P2 in Abu Dhabi as well, I believe. And you tried the undercut, it just didn't work. But yeah, able to grab a P2 in Abu Dhabi, and yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I thought, yeah, I was never going to catch Cooper. I was like 3 seconds behind out of the pits, and then he gained more time, and then, yeah, P2 was great.
Yep, and Silverstone next time around. Are you feeling confident for that one?
Oh, I don't like Silverstone, but we'll see how we go. I always seem to spin, so hopefully I don't spin.
Yeah, and thank you for that. That was a great 2 races from you. And Break, I'll let you move on with our P3 from Abu Dhabi, Scotty.
Scotty, you are, I believe, a reserve driver, aren't you? No, Scotty's a full. You're a full-time driver now. You got put up into the full-time.
Oh, did I? Because I was
Did you?
a last-minute reserve, first
Were you?
actual night for Wallaby.
Oh, this is your first night. Sorry, I'm mistaking you with someone else.
No, all good, all good. But no, yeah, first night for Ollie, for Wallaby, and yeah, sort of late call up 2 minutes beforehand. I thought, yeah, all right, let's give it a crack. Netherlands and Abu Dhabi. Not quite sure what the setups were going to be like, but top 6 in Abu Dhabi, and then yeah, great battle with both the RB boys in Abu Dhabi, and yeah, I was just trying to hold them off and try and get that little gap to that second, third, fourth battle, and I just managed to get it with a couple to go, and then obviously got past Mad Dog and was trying to find my way past because I thought Jetman may have been able to get that penalty removed, but luckily for me, it doesn't seem like he can. But yeah, great opening night for myself. I'll definitely take 2 top 6s in the podium.
Well, it puts a shine on you for the rest of the season. You will be sure to be picked as a reserve, and maybe even in Season 9 get a full-time seat if nothing does happen. Did you feel that Wallaby was clean enough for you?
I think the battles that I definitely had were definitely clean. hard to overtake anyway, so you really have to send a move to get it done. So not really many overtakes there, but definitely Abu Dhabi, especially we know lunges can happen on the inside at the chicane, but especially with both RB boys, they were definitely fair. The wombs at some points as well. So yeah, I think the battling was really, really good here. So no complaints from me, and hopefully I can snag another seat in the future. And yeah, looking forward to when that happens.
Do you have any tracks that you would want to reserve for that are on the calendar this year?
Not sure if Brazil's on the calendar, but Brazil's definitely one of my favourites. Other than that, bit mixture. I think Brazil's my favourite. I've got a couple of least favourite tracks. Qatar's not really my favourite, but thankfully you guys did that in the pre-season. But yeah, looking at the calendar, not too bad. So Mexico's a bit of a bad race for myself, but yeah, no, don't mind the other tracks. So yeah, hopefully I can pick up another couple of seats in the future, and then yeah, you never know, full-time seat if not this season, but next season.
Well, you've certainly made an impression on a lot, and I'm sure the TPs will be looking at you for the future. Anyways, that will be it for us tonight. It is 10:30 already. Jesus, we've extended our times tonight. This was our first back-to-back of the season. We had Zandvoort and we had Abu Dhabi. These are your top drivers of the night. My name is Break. I'm here with Man Rai, and we'll see you next week for Silverstone.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
There you go.